All right, we're here today to set up a new CuddeLink system on this farm. And so what we're going to do is just start talking about all the steps that we go through to ensure that's successful. There's a lot of little things a guy can do to help himself out. One thing I encourage everybody to do is get kind of a system. So you can have a different system than my system, but the reality is just follow along with some process so that when you go from the home cell camera to the remote camera, you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So in version 8.1, where we have remote access into the cameras, one of the first things that's critical to do is set the clock correctly and the date. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here on the camera, and just by using the interface. And we need to look at what time it is, obviously. 3 o'clock. So we'll 3 o'clock. But the reason why this is critical is that all the rest of the remote cameras will sync their time and date to this home camera. So I don't have to worry about setting date or time on the remaining cameras that are part of this CuddeLink network here. Just got to do the cell camera. So today is July 20th. So we got 7/20/20, and then we're good. So once I've set that, now I'm going to go ahead, before I take the time to mount the camera to the tree, I'm going to ensure that I have cellular service. With this being my home camera, that's the most important thing. We're on the central section of this farm, so the remote camera is going to come around us. That's going to minimize the links and be the most efficient for transferring photos. So the first thing, like I said, is I'm going to go into the cell menu. I'm going to confirm my cell mode is on. I can set my cell rate. Normally this time of year, since we're not hunting, I'm going to let the camera send every 12 hours. Right now, while we're setting this up, I'm going to put it on 2 hours, just so that it updates more frequently and we get some information before we even leave that yes, we have things working. Now I'm at the cell test. I'll go ahead and run the cell test. That'll take about a minute, but this is a critical step. No matter whether I'm setting up the initial network, or let's say that we put this camera here, we decide to move it another 40 yards down the way, I need to come back and run that cell test. Obviously, I can't get any of the pictures from any of the cameras without a valid cell test. So we're going to make sure we have a success. Then we'll go ahead and mount the camera. While I'm waiting, the camera is just telling me busy. And like I said, it takes about a minute or so. Sometimes on a new farm, it'll take longer. Just popped up as a success. So I've got what I needed, which was the success. While that's happening, I'm also should be getting an email sent to my phone or computer or tablet. It's got a CuddeLink logo attached to it, so we know that yes, it not only worked at the camera, but it was able to send all the way to the email. All right, so now that we got that good, I'm going to go ahead and put my straps and brackets on. So we got the 30-second setting. So I always arm the camera, and then when if you go around like this, the mode button goes across the screen, more button goes down, and then these up or down buttons help you manage through the options or execute. So what I'll do is I'll go to arm, and I'll push the more button twice, and it'll actually start the countdown. The reason I like to do that is that if there was going to be like a check SD error, then that would let me know that, hey, it's not liking something about the SD card or the setup. So I just take a quick peek at that, and then once it's good, go ahead and close the camera, and then move on to the next one.